The day is December 24th, 2014, and I am in Convent Station, New Jersey, at my aunt's house for Christmas festivities. This Christmas, like most Christmases in the past, I was stuck at my aunt's house with a plethora of old people and my cousins who I did not particularly get along with. Presents were handed out and people conversed. I decided I wanted to get away from the crowd, so I stepped out into the side room, which at first seemed to be empty. However, as I made myself fully around the corner, I noticed an old man sitting in a chair. I recognized the man, but I am unaware of his relation to me. I begin a conversation with him, and I find out he's my great-uncle Henry. Additionally, I am told through my conversation with him that he was at Pearl Harbor on December 7th, 1941. I was told the ins and outs of that fateful day, but what struck me the most was how his story ended. He told me that he had not once missed a Sunday Mass since the attacks on Pearl Harbor. Although I felt a deep connection to the Catholic faith at the time, I was oblivious to the possibility of anyone being so devoted to the Catholic religion. Growing up, I was taught by my father to pray regularly and ask God for forgiveness whenever needed. What I learned on this day, however, is that my great-uncle Henry thanked God every Sunday because of the events that happened on one single day. This has stuck with me ever since, and I often think about his service when I go to church on Sundays. What I remember from that conversation was not every detail, but much has been ingrained within my memory. Uncle Henry told me that on Christmas Eve that he had joined the Navy after he graduated from Tulane University. Him and his friend were given a choice of where they would like to serve, either within the continental United States or abroad. Uncle Henry and his friend decided that they would like to serve in Hawaii. Uncle Henry was stationed at Ford Island, which was the airstrip at the center of the harbor. Prior to the attack at Pearl Harbor, he was told that he would have to do a mock. He told me that they had mock raids every Sunday. If they had the duty in order to prepare for an attack coming from the Pacific. So every Sunday morning, a raid would come flying over and wake up my uncle and his roommate. But on Sunday, December 7th, 1941, this was no raid. It was an actual attack. Although Uncle Henry was not on a battleship at that time, he was indeed on the island itself. During the actual attack, he told me that he drove past Battleship Row, the row of 8 ships that were bombed by the Japanese. Uncle Henry stopped the story here and told me because of these things he saw on this day, he promised himself that he would never miss a Sunday Mass for as long as he lived. Uncle Henry kept that promise to himself up until December 14th, 2015, the day he died. This past December, I attended his funeral. While there were many faces at the funeral I did not recognize, I was able to recognize a picture of him at a similar age as to when I met him last. As his casket was laid down into the ground, I noticed an American flag. Above and behind that American flag was a Catholic priest. At this moment, I remembered Uncle Henry's promise in which he made to himself, "Rest in peace, Uncle Henry, and may God bless you."